Hello and welcome back to Tales from the Age of Men. And indeed, we have more of them to tell right here. So you can see, riders from Rohan are alarmed to find the Dunlendings accumulating outside of Isengard. With such lines being drawn and war growing closer, Theodred orders the preparation of weapons and forces. Alright, so the threat grows, as you can see right there. Now, obviously, in the previous episode, when we finished it off, I was on my way over here. Yes, I was on my way over here to the forest, and I was thinking, oh yes, maybe there'll be some Ents or something that we can fight, or what have you. But no, there isn't anything like that just yet. But of course, as I said before, this is very early in development. And for me personally, I already feel like the mod is looking absolutely fantastic. So, obviously, as time goes on, it's only going to get better. You know, it's only going to get better. And the fact is, we have so many faction differences already. I mean, as I mentioned in the previous episode as well, we have the elves having completely different ways of leveling up and completely different ways for armies and commanders to actually think about how they're going to deal with such a large disparity in the capacity of their troops and their parties as well. Because obviously, just think about it. One elf taking 4 spaces, that's completely different from how you would think, Uruks and Orcs are going to work. And I actually really like that. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Obviously, for me personally, I feel like it would be really, really cool if Orcs would take less, if you know what I mean. I think Orcs themselves, as in not Uruks, but Orcs. I think Orcs should probably take less capacity, but obviously it's up to them. It's up to them. That's just a thing that I've personally noticed in, for example, the last days. As I said before, I'm a huge fan of that particular mod from Warband, and generally the orcs in that, they have much less capacity, consumption. But as I said, it is all up to the mod team, and what they're wanting to do. Ooh, this is absolutely fantastic. Hello there. All right, let's do this. Okay. Only 1,000 in cash. That's kind of sad, but look at how close we are to this place. I mean, 1,000 in cash for us to go here? Ah, here we go. With beacons made ready to be set ablaze, the watchful eyes in Gondor notice a large gathering just over the Great River. The stark realization that the time of war has come begins to set in. A darkness beyond the Anduin? All right. Okay, so yeah, we otherwise have another tournament here. Okay, wait. If there are some Nazgul here or something like that, I would love to be able to fight. Maybe. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, yeah, when this scene is done, imagine this. Imagine this scene. Imagine someone trying to besiege this. Look at this bridge. This is going to be absolutely monstrous. I can't even imagine doing that. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's going to be, I mean, to be fair, I don't know, actually, to be fair. I'm not sure what I was actually going to say there, because I thought to myself, how are they going to do that? How are they actually going to do that? Because I was going to say, maybe they're going to be able to, bring huge amounts of numbers or something like that. But then I remembered, oh, it's actually the forces of good. And they're not really going to have the... they're not going to have the numbers to be able to do that, really. Maybe, potentially. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, anyway, we got Mr. Edwin Breakskull right there. We're probably not going to be taking him, unfortunately. Oh, yes. By the way, I have done something. Yes, I actually did go back to Orthanc and, technically Isengard. I went back to Isengard's territory, and, we actually purchased a warg. Yes, we have a warg with us right here, and I'm actually going to be equipping that just because... Yeah, it obviously looks absolutely ridiculous with the horse armor, so let's put the proper armor on it, and now it's looking fantastic. I mean, look at this. Looks very, very cool in my opinion. Obviously, Warg doesn't have a huge amount of charge damage. I feel like it should have more charge damage. This is just me, obviously. I don't know. For me personally, I mean, come on. Look at this. Look at this. It's gonna bite things, isn't it? Well, maybe it's gonna bite things. I don't know. But would be kind of cool if it had a little bit more charge damage, because we have horses that have 22. I don't know. I mean, it depends. I guess it depends. Again, this is all up to the modding team. I am obviously not a part of that, so just bear in mind, you know, it's all up to them what they want to do with their stat changes and things like that. And I respect that. So let's actually see. You know what? We need to go into the arena, because look at what I've got going on here. We literally are 3 renown away from becoming a mercenary. This possibly could be the best course of action for us right now. And we're also going to be getting some Dol Guldur armor. Probably not going to be particularly, not particularly useful. Maybe. Yeah, not particularly useful. Not particularly useful, but it's okay, because we do get the opportunity to see some Black Uruks in action, and we also have some Harad units as well, which are going to be extreme. All right. Yeah, this is. Oh dear. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a very bad feeling about this. This guy looks to be meaning quite a bit of business. Let's just say that. Okay, I hit him in the head. Oh, actually a pretty decent amount of damage. Oh, hello. Okay, that's actually... Whoa. Okay, never mind. He basically just decided to give up. I think after I hit that first initial axe, he probably thought to himself, yes, I'm done, fellows. Yes, turn me over, I'm done. Indeed. Okay, yeah, so we got another one of these. This is actually quite funny, because they don't have shields. Oh, I can't believe I missed that one. That would have actually killed him, but oh well, never mind. It's funny. Throwing axes are really, really weird in comparison to javelins. I feel like the way that they work is just... It's very, very interesting, because obviously they have that arc. You know, they have that really, really satisfying arc, I guess. I guess you could call it satisfying. Let's try and... Yeah, I was actually hoping to do some damage to him. This is actually... Wait a minute. I don't have a... Oh no. Are you serious? I don't have an alternate weapon. Oh dear. Well, this is very bad. This is very bad. Oh dear. Well, this is going to take me quite some time, I assume, if I don't die immediately. Ooh, I was really hopeful that I'd be able to get that hit. I got to keep that guy in my sights, because otherwise he's going to murder us. Okay, there we go, 24 damage. The only thing I can really hope for right here is to try, if I can, to kill the mounted unit. Nice, 74. That was some massive damage right there. That's great. So kill the mounted unit as best as I can, and then from there, try to loot his sword. And then go to town on this guy. Nice. Okay, we got him. That is absolutely fantastic. He's probably going to try and get on this guy's horse. Is he? It would be very useful, sir, if you would just get on the horse. Can I try to kick him? Oh, yeah. Someone said I should try to kick more, and generally, it doesn't do anything for me. I don't know why. Let's see if I can loot this guy's stuff. Nope, doesn't seem like it for some reason. I don't know why I can't loot this guy's stuff. Alright, well, we've got two-handed now. Maybe that's going to be a slight bit easier for us. Or maybe I just have to get on the mount. Can I... There we go, yes. Don't die now. Don't die now. There we go, okay. This... Yeah, this is why, for me personally, I really believe that we do need a alternate weapon for... you know, spear-based characters in tournaments. It is extremely painful with the AI otherwise, but again, that is me. That's me just saying my own personal preference. I personally don't really enjoy the spear combat most of the time, especially when it's spear versus spear. It is extremely fun to, well, as you can see right there. Unfortunate that we ended up losing that, but yeah, in general, it is going to be more difficult. Well, it's going to be a bit of a slog, actually, with those two spears just going bonk, bonk, bonk against the shields all the time. But, you know, as I say, It's their choice. It's their choice what they want to do with that. Okay, so we do have... should I go for a troll? The question is, I do have enough cash to go for a troll, but unfortunately I don't... Do I have enough? Actually, you know what? I think I do. Ooh, it takes up a lot of space. Look at that. It takes up a lot of space. You see that? It takes up how much? 8 spaces? Whoa. All right. Okay, I like that. I respect that. That's very nice. Okay, so yeah, we're literally just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it, and I am going to get rid of a couple of my own troops here, a couple of the lower tier troops. Urukai recruits, there we go, and then we're all good. Yes, then we're all fine. All right, so what we're going to do is we will actually do the escort merchant caravan quest. I think I have the ability to do it now. Yes, I do. Okay, this is fantastic. Oh, look at that, 429 for every day we're on the road. That means we're actually going to be making about 200 gold profit every single day. Plus, obviously, we're going to be getting a bunch of bandits spawning in, and we can hopefully fight them. Or never mind, because we just completed the quest. Well, that's that was interesting. All right, so yeah, I guess the best course of action for me right now is literally to try and get into a battle really fast, or maybe get over here and see if we can maybe enter a tournament. Alright, so before we go into the tournament, it's probably a good idea for me to go with combat tips here in the leadership tree. We'll go for Pathfinder. I personally, okay, yeah, this is what I find really funny as well. Water Diviner, I have never ever taken this perk in the entire history of me playing this game. I don't know whether that's just me or whether I feel like this is just absolutely pointless, but 10% sight range, I don't know why anyone would take that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's actually useful. For me personally, I don't think so. Anyway, let's take a look at what we could see here. Okay, so as you see, we've got one focus point. What do we want to spec it into? Well, pretty much everything is looking kind of decent, actually. We got a pretty significant amount of level up learning rate multipliers here. So I think we'll probably just go for the scouting skill. It's probably going to be somewhat useful. Then we'll go and head straight into the tournament here. Try to get that renown that we need to get to the next clan tier. And these guys are obviously, we're going to get a good close-up look at these enemies. We do have a couple of Sturgeons in the tournament here, but I believe, wait a minute, I don't even know what faction this is actually. What faction is this? I thought these were dwarves. I think they are, yes, they are dwarves actually, yes. As you can see, there is actually a dwarf right there, but obviously Sturgeons are a placeholder right now for some of them, I assume. So just ignore them. They're just the manservants of the dwarves. That's what's going on here, yes. But yeah, you can obviously tell, who's a dwarf and who's not, because they have the Iron Hills tag. So just bear that in mind. But it's very cool to see them, obviously, because we do have the ability to take a look at some of their armor. Whoa, we jump really high. Is that weird? Is that I don't know, it feels like I jump really high, I'm not sure. Maybe that's just me feeling, some weird illusion or something like that. Alright, so we got through to the next round, finally took him out, and now this is a free-for-all. Let's see what we could do here. Okay, they've given us an axe. This is pretty nice and easy, because we don't really have to worry too much about our forces. Yeah, there you go, as you can see right there, about our forces literally having huge problems actually dealing with their own people. And you can see here, obviously the axe is so fast. It feels good to use. It feels really good to use. And there you go, look at that. Nice, I love it. All right, so now we have a bowman. This is not a thrown axe, by the way. Someone said this might be a thrown axe. Unfortunately, no, it is not. So I don't really know what it is, but whatever it is a great weapon, and I love it. Let's try and kick, shall we? Ooh, that actually did do something this time. I guess it's because we have a slightly faster weapon, so the stun duration of the kick is going to make a difference. Very much appreciate that. Alright, so let's actually go in. Last enemy, and this will indeed be our renown that we need. Let's try a kick. Oh, that was a bad one. That was a bad one too. No! Oh no! Let's not go for the kicks anymore. Let's not go for the kicks anymore. Apparently that is my that is my demise incoming very fast there. There we go. Whew, that was actually a little bit close. We almost got murdered by that guy. That would have been pretty terrible. Anyway, there we go. We did finally get to the next clan tier. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that much, but becoming a mercenary is kind of the whole deal. That's the reason why we want to get to clan tier 1 as soon as possible. It's really going to make a huge difference for us. The question is, yes, we did make it. Okay, great. Now, technically, we can actually recruit, as you can see, we can recruit some dwarves to our party here if we want to do that. Do we want to do that? We might want to, just to try them out. What do you think? We might want to. Let's do it. We're not technically over the troop limit, as far as I'm aware, because the game just hasn't updated yet with the with the capacities and, you know, all that wonderful stuff. So yeah, we now have a capacity of 84, actually. A capacity of 84, that's actually kind of crazy. All right, yeah, really, really like that. You know what? Considering... No. Should I have... see, now I'm... You know what? I'm actually gonna disband these guys. I feel bad for recruiting dwarves right now, because I might do a little showcase of the dwarven units a little bit later on, and we might just go into a bunch of battles, bunch of sieges, and so on and so forth, just in like a one-off episode, and just take a look at what's going on with them, because I don't really want to do that right now with the Mordor/Isengard units, because we're going to have all this weird confusion about who's who, and, you know, I kind of want the Mordorian units to kind of be a bit more highlighted. Let's just say that, because I really do, you know, I really do like them a great deal. Okay, let's see. Yes, deliver the herd. Okay, this is going to be pretty easy. 1800, perfect, absolutely perfect. So Vargborg, where is that? Oh, it's over there. That's actually really, really nice and easy. The dwarves have a significant amount of what is it now? Thieves. Yeah, that's it. They have a significant amount of thieves. I'm actually really surprised about that. Oh, here we go. In the waning days of the Third Age, on this day, in this place, shadow fell upon the free peoples of Middle-earth. Saruman the White, once chief of the Astari and head of the White Council, has forsaken his charge as a guardian of peace. Swayed by ambition and the whispers of a darker power, he has rallied the wild Dunlending tribes to his banner, proclaiming war upon the allied realms of Gondor and Rohan. The horns of battle sound, and the fragile peace of this age shatters. A storm gathers, and the fate of men hangs in the balance. A new age dawns. And the question is, are they declaring war against each other right now? I'm actually not entirely sure. What is this place? I don't think I know this place at all. What is that? Oh, it's just a mine. It's a mine of some kind. Okay. Very cool. All right, so yeah, now we can just literally hand this in. And there's another 1800. Really, really easy money. Really easy money. I love that. Anytime I get the opportunity to do a really, really cool little task like that, I'm just super, super thankful that they even have these available. As you can see, it literally says work in progress on the actual map, which I did actually notice in the first episode, but I didn't want to draw attention to it just yet. But I think it's very funny that they did that. And yeah, otherwise, what is over here? We have the Easterling. Rune. Yes. We should probably go over there and get some of those guys, shouldn't we? Alright, so I did actually make my way over to Rune and recruit some people. Now, the main reason why I wanted to do that is because someone actually said that trying out some of the evil men probably going to be pretty fun, and also their archers are apparently amazing. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And that means, as you can see right here, these are well, technically they're Easterlings, I guess, but we also have some runic honor guards over here. These guys are the nobles, and as you can see, they do level up into some incredible mounted troops. So you do have that available as well if you want to. We also have insane horse archers too. I mean, look at that. They have 285 in bows. These guys have also 285 in bows. But these fellows are a little bit more accessible from my perspective right here, because you can see that they're only tier 6. So it shouldn't require a huge amount of experience to make it there. over to the archers, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing them in action. So let's hope that we can actually even get there, because obviously it's going to take me quite some time. I am using very, very low tier troops right now, and I do have 82 out of 84, so it's pretty nice, you know, not too bad. And now I am here at Isengard once again. I'm going to pay a bribe to enter the keep, just purely because what I want to do is I want to speak to Lutz. And we're gonna speak to him.
I did not catch your name.
Yeah, we're gonna obviously speak to him and see what he. Yes, there we go. I would like to enter the service of the White Hand, Ugluk. Yes, I would like to do that. 630. That is insane. Wow. Okay, that is actually crazy. It is. Okay, so let's see who they're actually at war against. Hopefully they're at war. Yes, they're at war against Rohan, as they should be. Okay, fantastic. This is great. Well, technically they're at war against pretty much every good faction, of course. Apart from the dwarves. They're not at war against the dwarves. Okay, interesting. That's actually kind of cool. I like that a great deal. And obviously, I don't know if I've actually shown you the desert area. Because I don't think I actually did that. But yeah, here's the desert area. This is obviously where Khand is. And the Haradrim as well, and yeah, it's looking great. It's looking absolutely fantastic, and this is also going to give me an opportunity to get into some battles and earn some cash with Rohan itself. I am very much looking forward to it. Oh, there's Ugluk. Are you serious? Look at him. He's running around with one person. Why is he running around with one person? What an absolute imbecile he is. No, I'm obviously kidding, but hopefully he's going to be okay. I've got to be a little bit careful.
So.
Oh. Oh dear. I said, we have to be a little bit careful here. Yeah, that's probably not going to work out too well. Me going in against these guys, 164 people, let's try to get away. From the sun-scorched deserts and shadowed havens of the south, a storm gathers against Gondor. The corsairs of Umbar, the fierce Haradrim, and the warlords of Khand have forged a dire alliance, bound by the will of the Lidless Eye. Their raids upon the borderlands of Ithilien and Enorion grow bold, and the White Tower stands defiant, but beleaguered. The war for Middle-earth's soul now burns in the south, and Gondor stands alone, of course, because all those other places are, pledging loyalty to someone else. Alright, so we're in a battle with a caravan, as you might have expected, because I obviously, in the last little clip that you saw there, I was pursuing them. And I was trying to find a way to catch up to them and stuff like that, because obviously caravans are super fast. But yes, we are now ready to watch the armored troll in action. Hopefully he's going to do an exceptional job. And obviously I do have my warg. The warg looks absolutely fantastic. As you can see, the head even turns. Look at that. Very, very cool looking there. And otherwise, I do have a slightly... Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to, because this is full transparency, alright? I do have a slightly different army than what I had previously, because obviously we did end up losing quite a lot of units trying to get away from the Rohan vassals, because they were absolutely terrible. They were so incredibly harassing, very, very fast, very dangerous. So if you're also playing an Uruk or playing an Orc or something like that, do be careful when you go into Rohan territory and they are aggressive to you. They will destroy you on speed just because they have so many cavalry. I mean, they do. So it's gonna be yeah, pretty exceptional for them. Otherwise, this is also yes, this is also obviously a bit of a problem. I love the animation on the walk, by the way. I don't know if it's just me, but I really, really do. I think it looks so good. And the funny thing about it as well, they've replaced the sound. They've replaced the sound of the hoof, the hoof prints. And for me personally, that is so good, because there's a lot of times when the mount sound does not get replaced, and it's just it kind of spoils the immersion a little bit. But this is great. This is really, really nice. Also, no rearing. There's no rearing, as you can see. It doesn't rear up like a horse does. Absolutely perfect. Love that. Every single time there is a unique mount or something like that, usually it will always rear up. And so, obviously, dependent on what kind of mount it is, sometimes that is applicable. But in this case, I am very, very pleased that it is a, it has a unique, you know, animation to it. Let's try and see if I can get some kills. Oh, nice. There we go. Murder that guy. Obviously, some of these are indeed placeholder units, so just bear that in mind. We're just trying out our forces here, just trying to see how effective they can actually be. And obviously, we're seeing our troll in action as well. As you can see, he's he's having a little bit of a problem getting his big mace in the very tight space. Yes. But, yeah, funny enough, anyway, that it's massive. I mean, literally, it is an absolutely massive, massive unit. And I can imagine that once you've earned enough cash, and once you have, like, a pretty decent nest egg, what you're going to be able to do is just recruit those guys. Just get a huge number of armor trolls. I don't know how effective that would be. I mean, I'm going to assume that it might be a bit problematic after a certain number has been achieved, because what's going to happen is you're inevitably going to have a situation where these guys are then going to get in the way of each other. You know what I mean? They're going to kind of block each other from certain actions, and it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult in that sense. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I did actually get myself killed, because obviously, you know, I'm not really trying that hard, you know. It's me just relaxing a little bit here, but yeah, anyway, there's a nice victory for us, and we do get a very nice, yes, there we go, thankfully, a very nice amount of influence. This is going to be exceptional for us. And we also are able to, 13 skill points of roguery, very nice. But we're also able to capture quite a few people here as well, which does mean quite a bit, because what we can now do is we can do some crazy cool stuff. Oh, yes. We can do some crazy cool stuff. Like, we can maybe donate. I'm actually not entirely sure if we can donate the prisoners to Isengard itself. Would be very cool if we could. I'm going to wear this. Oh, yeah, look at that. That looks very cool. I like it. Even though it is supposed to obviously be worn by a Gondorian. Yes, we're not going to really go that far with our, you know, with our strict behavior, shall we say. But we are obviously not probably going to be wearing Gondorian armor, because that would look weird. But, yeah, I don't really mind wearing a cape, for example. Wearing a cape just looks fun. It's got that really nice cloth simulation to it, cloth physics to it, and I really, really appreciate that. So let's make our way back to Isengard, see if we can give these prisoners into the place, try and get a little bit more influence from that. Highly doubt we're going to get that, maybe. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And otherwise, we're going to go for swing speed with two-handed weapons. And we're also going to be increasing our learning rate for this a little bit more. Going to increase my social skill a little bit more with our leadership. Obviously, want to try to make sure that that's working. All right, so we returned back to Isengard, and as you can see, we're pretty much only gaining one influence from this, but I'm actually going to take that. I think that's probably going to be slightly better than what we would have gotten for selling them at the tavern. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure if that's the case, but yeah, well, we're just going to go for it nevertheless. And what I would like to do is actually purchase some better armor for him. I would like to purchase these. Oh, these are really cheap. Yeah, as you can see, these are super, super cheap. They're only 335,000. Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to afford those anytime soon. But it would be nice if we could get some shoulder pads that would be a little bit better, maybe. Yeah, no, doesn't seem like it. That is a little unfortunate. It would have been nice. Oh well. Never mind. Okay, what we're going to do instead is we're just going to give her this. She has no saddle? Oh, that is kind of bad. Why doesn't she have a saddle? Oh, yeah, we lost all of those, didn't we? Okay, let's just give her this, I suppose. There we go. That's absolutely fine. And, yeah, otherwise, we will just sell everything. Obviously, the great benefit of being allied with Isengard is that they have an insane amount of cash coming into the marketplace. And look at how much we're getting. Look at that. 7,600 just from this. 7,600, that's crazy good. So we also have the Army of Poachers task here. I'm not going to be doing that, obviously. We are instead going to be attempting to get into a battle with a Rohan vassal. I'm going to attempt to do that. Highly, highly doubt I'm going to be able to do anything here, but maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky. Ah, now look at what we have here. Yes, we've found someone. We've found someone to harass, and this is exactly what we wanted. Absolutely perfect. Wonderful size. I didn't check his composition. Obviously that, I guess that doesn't really matter. You know, at this point, it doesn't really matter. We just really want to get embroiled in a battle where we can actually see our forces in action at full strength. Because obviously beforehand, we were fighting against a caravan. You know, sometimes caravans can actually be very, very strong. But obviously, most of the time, they do have limited capabilities. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Let's hope that I don't die this time as well. I would like to try and survive as much as I possibly can. I think we're probably going to be aggressive here. We're going to be aggressive with our infantry. I'm going to tell them to charge straight on in. And I'm actually going to tell my cavalry to follow me so we can do a little bit of a... We might be able to do a flanking action. Oh, these guys have... yeah. Yeah, they have horse archers, don't they? What is this guy? Why is he bare-chested? Is he going for a calendar photo shoot? No, I'm obviously joking. Anyway, point is, let's make sure that we go over into the archers over here. And they're actually going to do a load of damage to us if we let them, so I should probably be a bit careful. Let's hope my forces are actually going to be careful and do what I'm expecting of them to a degree. Okay, let's tell them to charge now. Here we go. Nice. Good hits, good hits. And I just have to be very deliberate about my attacks here, because the amount of slowness... oh, okay. Well, I'm actually kind of... I'm kind of sad about that, actually. Yeah, kind of disappointed about that, really, because I was really hoping that we could get ourselves embroiled in some big action here, but unfortunately, no. Okay, so is our troll actually doing anything? Yeah, he has a bit of a problem hitting by the looks of things at the moment. It's because he's moving away from the enemy. That's the reason why he's having issues. I feel like he should probably have a crush through blocks weapon. Yeah, that would definitely make a difference, I feel, because as you can see, he doesn't seem to be doing any damage, unfortunately, to this particular opponent, mostly because he's so massive, right? He's so massive, and this is obviously the logistical problem with having a unit this large. But obviously, I mean, if you think about it, they are very good distractions. Like a lot of the time, enemies are going to be focusing these guys just because they're massive, right? So we can only hope that that's going to be fixed a little bit as we go forward in development as well. I feel like the one way you could fix this, for me personally, is just make the mace longer, right? Make the mace longer and make it crush through blocks 100% of the time. In my opinion, 100% of the time is the way to go here, but it could make them extremely powerful. So we have to be a little bit careful here. Obviously, you don't want these guys to be, someone to literally be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to do trading until I get 200,000 in cash, and then I'm going to become a mercenary, and then I'm going to recruit all these trolls, and then I'm going to go on a warpath across the entirety of Middle-earth and completely destroy everyone in my path, because I have all these units that crush through blocks. They have insane shields. They have amazing amounts of stats, and, well, they crush through every single thing in the world. And yes, that's obviously a bit of the issue there. That's the balancing challenge of dealing with things like this. But one thing I would say is, please do, if you can, make the mace a little bit longer. Make it a little bit longer, and obviously the crush through blocks, because a troll is obviously going to be able to crush through pretty much every single thing, unless it's another troll. And there it is, there's the victory. 26 influence for us right there. It took a long time, that's why I basically just skipped it. It took a long time because we had a lot of cavalry running around, and the enemy obviously had a lot of cavalry running around and everything. And we're going to take him prisoner, of course. We're going to take him prisoner. No mercy. No mercy for ROHAN here. And let's actually, wait a minute. Let's actually just see what we can do. Ooh, yeah, they've got some crazy high levels. So we are actually going to be taking a lot of these guys prisoner, and I'm hopeful that we're going to be getting a massive amount of influence as a result of this. This is very, very sad that I obviously got shot in the face and died instantly, but that is indeed a reality of what we're going to mostly see when it happens to, you know, I mean, we're just very, you know, very easy to kill right now, which is unfortunate. Can I wear these? Yes, I can. Oh, very nice. Okay, yeah. So, Theoden's braces, I think I can probably... Yes, I can actually wear those too. Okay, that's nice. Great. Okay. Obviously, this is not lore accurate. Okay, don't take away from this that this is lore accurate. It's obviously not. I'm just wearing these because it gives me an opportunity to possibly live a bit longer. Because getting shot in the face like that and dying instantly, yeah, not great. But, you know, it's just how it goes, you know? That's just how it goes. Massive amounts of loot as well. Okay, so let's make our way out of here. And look at how much cash we're... What? What actually just happened right there? Did you see that? Okay, well, maybe you didn't see that. You probably didn't. Okay, the game just minimized for a second and then maximized again. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. Anyway, the point is, we have a massive amount of cash coming our way. And I'm obviously going to be making my way back here. Oh, yeah, by the way, Isengard Outpost B has now been taken by ROHAN, and we also have, as you can see here, Isengard Outpost A is now also under siege. And as far as I can tell, funnily enough, Raiding Camp F is tied to that particular outpost. So, as you can see here, it is now technically an enemy village. I'm not entirely sure if any of the vassals are actually going to go out there. It feels to me like these guys are not actually going outside. I'm not sure if they're, they're not stuck, right? I don't think they're stuck, right? I actually have no idea. But yeah, we're going to donate all these prisoners. That's going to be 16 influence. I'm actually not entirely sure if that is worth it. Is that worth it? It might not be. Let me actually just see for a real quick second. How many can we sell here? Yeah, that's basically not going to do much. All right, so yeah, we're not going to do that. And instead, what we're going to do is we're going to sell them to the tavern, because that's 9,800. Actually, you know what? Let me just do this a bit of a proper way. Let's put the vassal in here. That's 13 influence. That's exceptional. We're also gaining relation. This is exactly what we wanted. And look at this. Look at the skill points. We just got 40 charm skill, which is absolutely incredible. Obviously, we would have gotten so much more if I had skill in it. I only have one focus point in it, but you can imagine if I did, then, you know, we're going to be gaining huge numbers. And also we're going to be getting Warlord here for 30% additional influence. How can you say no to that? And obviously we do have Stout Defender here, which gives us plus 50% recruitment rate for tier 4 plus prisoners. If we were playing an evil man character, I would probably be converting prisoners almost all the time. Just because I feel like from a lore perspective, it might make sense. Maybe to a degree. I don't know. But otherwise, we're probably just going to be just putting a focus point in writing skill. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. And yeah, otherwise, that's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to be recruiting some more troops because, as you can tell, we've had some, well, we've had some losses, obviously, and it probably would be a good idea for me to make our way over here, maybe. What is over here? This is Gondor. Oh yeah, it would be fun to fight some Gondorians, don't you think? Maybe that will be our next port of call. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.